Banter. I'm joined today by Eli, Herf, and Witters. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This show is brought to you by Ninja Alerts, who is just now rolling out our top 100 curated ninjas. You might see some ninjas on your feed already. We're going to take a look at those together, probably in just 10 or so minutes. Really excited to look at those and just to see so many ninjas taking over. On the show, you can expect the latest news and innovations happening on Bitcoin and, of course, a little bit of banter. I'm here with my special guest today, as I've always presented, and we've been working really hard on this next section. We actually hired some ghostwriters to be able to get us this session. It's called, we'll do the drum roll, What's Up? So, what's up, Eli, Herf, and Witters?
Go, Witters. You're first.
Oh, Lord, a mess of things that just trying to get my ordinal collection kind of buttoned down, iron out a few SAT details, and just been creating on my iPad a lot today. And, just talking shit. Well, I'm pretty good at talking shit in different spaces. Not near as an eventful day as either of y'all have had. So I'm curious to hear more about what y'all been doing.
Well, we've had I woke up to something interesting. So as people know, since I've been on the show and probably seen on Twitter, obviously like my full-time job, I work as head of community growth at Gamma, but I also have my own project called the Pandemonium. And today we were going to release our holder-only premium Audi galleries, so the virtual gallery for your Ordinals for holders. And Cloudflare is down, so we can't push it live. So that was a bit of a killer, but you can only laugh. You have to just wait till these sorts of things. It was completely out of our hands. But it's been a super fun week because we had about 10 people from the community. We kind of plucked them from the community and stuck them in a private beta tester channel. And they've been testing and giving feedback and loving it, getting in and amongst and immersing themselves in their Ordinals, in the gallery that our engineers have built. So that's been exciting. So we were very psyched to roll it out. I wasn't actually going to be able to be here this morning because I was potentially going to be on my own space launching it, but that is life. So it'll launch when it launches. The art's still cool. Mint's still going. We're still happy. It's been a big week for Ninja Alerts as well. Been seeing all of the, the top 100, as Chris said, being rolled out, and the team that I know Trevor has assembled to be essentially going through what the 100 people, how it works. I don't know if anyone knows, or Chris, if you wanted to dive into it, the 100 people who were selected, who came in the top 100 according to the tasks and had built up enough points, essentially sent in, they filled out a form. They went through a really fun kind of process and then gave their top traits and their top this colors and suits and styles and bodies and builds and all of the above, and basically said, I love all these things. And so I think they're anon at the moment. So the team that Trevor assembled to put them all together have been doing an amazing job with Boozy's work, trying on different traits and trying faces and, getting the colors and using what people had asked for. And so, yeah, we're starting to see those roll out onto Twitter. And that's been really, really cool because Boozy's art is amazing, but I think it's really nice that they've been able to kind of not build their own sort of dream PFP, but essentially kind of guide their own PFP. And I do think in this age where your PFP potentially or could or does really, I guess, is your digital identity. It could be how you really want to represent yourself in Web3, for lack of a better kind of expression. I think it's really cool to be able to do that. It's not sort of like the luck of the draw in a mint. Maybe then you can go to secondary and find something that you love. But, people are having a say, and I think that that's a really unique take. And I think that Trevor was really smart, for organizing that with his team. What else? We also had the next group of partner artists at Gamma come through and, join our partner program, which has been super cool. So a lot of them have put out their Genesis print. So an ordinal, they inscribe the original high-res ordinal, and then they set up prints, which are like editions, but obviously through our kind of like much more glamorous, immersive prints product. And yeah, been, seeing just some brilliant art coming to Bitcoin. And like yourself, Witters, we know you've got stuff in the pipeline. I think we talked about it last week, but I think just the fact that you can really preserve your digital legacy, and also through various really great tooling and inscription tools, you can put really, you're obviously still working within certain constraints. However, you can put really high quality stuff on Bitcoin now. And I think a lot of artists are starting to notice that it is the best place to preserve your digital legacy, and a great place to get into the Bitcoin ecosystem and earn some Bitcoin for your art. And your collectors know that art is then permanent and immutable. So yeah, it's been a super fun week. I do apologize. I've got a little bit of a cold. I caught it off my kids because that's part of what happens when you're a parent, but good. My voice is clear enough to be on. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, that was a good rundown. I don't know what made me think of this news too, but there's actually been some really good rare sat like flips recently too. Like I saw Magic Eden on Bitcoin's been posting about it, and somebody, I was trying to pull up the post exactly.
And
they
frogs doubled
ETH.
this week as well, right?
They what?
The frogs doubled in price this week as well. It's been a big volume
went up,
week.
Volume went up. I mean, it's cool because last week we talked about on the same segment, we talked about the correlation between ETH NFTs and ETH price. And we're kind of seeing that like on this mini pump with Ordinals. Like you see Bitcoin just breaking out, and then you see Ordinals volume going up. And I think it boils down to like what I said earlier, which is an original concept, but it's like if you inject liquidity into like a certain people group that like enjoy something, then they're probably going to spend more money on that thing. So for like gamers, you give gamers a stimulus check, they're probably going to spend some of that money on in-game assets. And I kind of look at that with crypto. You give some Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, like your portfolio goes up. It's like, well, why not spend some of that extra money on things that I like? Yeah, you were talking about the Ninja Alerts that we're doing right now. They had to go through a dojo and go through training and find personalities that fit them. And so we've been seeing that. And on this next segment, I really wanted to highlight that, get some professional opinions from Eli and from Witters on some of these ninja combinations. And it's just so fun seeing people like what they pick. Like, it's just because I've been around for a while, obviously. So as far as ninjas go, so I've seen a lot of combinations, but also it was kind of like a progressive, and we can talk about this more when the actual artist is here, Boozy. More of a progression of like, okay, we have this many traits. Okay, now we have some more cool traits. All right, well, we've modified these traits. So it's kind of been this like evolution of art, and finally we've landed on some just like sick combinations. So these are just like some general ones, but let's go on. I'm not going to rate it or anything. Just kind of like first thoughts. So this is the first one that we saw, color. What else?
Well, I mean, just overall, the collection is super clean, which is like a very high, I guess, one of those top tier things that people want to represent themselves online as a PFP. So I thoroughly and the orange just sticks out. Like the bears, before like ordinals were a thing, the bears had, that orange background that just stood out and you like knew. And with ordinals and that specific orange color, which I think that there's like debate on which specific one it is, right? And then you had that like, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but that rug of a project where it was just like it was like FF6000 or what, I don't know.
Isn't that like Ben East's project? Yeah, that was trash.
Yeah, complete trash. So so it's like just like seeing that, and then all of the characters or all of the different representations really stick out with that orange background, and it's super clean. I love it.
Yeah, I think Boozy's really good with his really kind of like specific cartoon type thick lines, and he does it in a way where if you look at that, there's almost an elegance in its simplicity. So even though there's a little bit going on, the lines are very very elegant. Like you can see like the shading on the crown. There's not too much going on, but it sticks out. You can see it. And then even the shape of the head. It's kind of like really well executed, almost circle, and then, you know, almost 3/4 of a circle, but it really creates the character. And also I think I've actually chatted a fair bit with Frog Toshi, even though I don't know who it is, but obviously, you know, I know them through the space on Discord. And we've chatted a lot about like PFP-ism, which is kind of a funny word. But I know that there's a lot of things about the way they face, the size, the space above the head, how they actually present as a PFP on Discord or on Twitter, how you don't want it to be too much. You want the eyes to go to a certain spot. And I know that when I don't mean the eyes of the character, I mean your eyes when you're looking at the PFP. And I know working at Gamma and having some really great discussions with our, you know, UI devs and also like our head of design, and then also just learning about how we, I guess, like about our product and what we do. And then it's made me think about it when I go to other websites and look at other UIs and whatnot. Where you look first and what holds your attention is really key. And I think that these have been executed really well for that matter. So even in this one where you've got quite a few traits, it still feels clean and your eyes go to the right spot. You're not drawn to a certain spot, so you lose focus of kind of the other parts. So I think that like in that way, it's been executed really well, regardless of if they're like ultra clean with like a lack of traits, or even this one that has a head trait, a back trait, and a hand trait. It still feels clean, and that's a skill.
And so I'm on Twitter Spaces a lot, and I knew before I saw it on the timeline which people had changed their PFP just from like in Twitter Spaces that like you have a very small circle, and like it just stands out. So that was another thing that I mean is just aesthetically pleasing.
Heck yeah. And I know you noticed the eyes, right?
I did. That was my next comment, and like absolutely, obviously bullish on green eyes, but it's such a using that trait is such a like a staple and just gives like OMB not only like the ninjas but like OMB validity. Not that it needed it, but it just like having something that is iconic is super important for me as a holder. And whenever like you see those different traits being represented in, you know, other places, it's super dope.
Heck yeah. Mark, I said absolutely fire in the chat, which by the way, so we have over 20 people on the Twitter live, which is awesome. And we have a couple people in the YouTube chat. If you want to like jump in the chat, we could see it easier on YouTube than we can on Twitter, but I can actually still see it on Twitter. I can actually see, you see us right here. It's a little bit of inception. If I click it, probably. The number's wrong though. There's way more than 9 people in here. So come on, desktop, do better.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't go one by one. I'm just gonna kind of like look at some of them, and then we've also made. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up. This is a good. I want to come back to this one. I want to know what you guys would choose. Did somebody just join this? Did I just hear somebody join? Oh no, Eli dropped. Welcome back, Eli. Welcome back. I did not notice he dropped, but okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and stop at this. So one of the things we did for the like on the marketing end is that we took their previous profile pictures and kind of was like, all right, they went from this to this, you know, and I thought that was pretty cool. So we have a lot of those, you know, from like what they went, and some of them match. Like that original PFP was really cool on VZ, but you can see the link, you know, kept that brand going of the color scheme and really just the vibe and the feel. So let's go back to this one though. I think it's this one, yeah. I can choose out of one of these 4 options. It should reflect my pirate-themed current PFP and be black and white in terms of colors. What do you think? Which one fits best?
Well, yeah, I love. Sorry, what is it? You go first. No, please.
You go ahead.
All right. I love that they get 4 options because through, like you said, like I know that they put in working through the dojo. They got to select their favorite colors, they got to select their favorite builds, they even got to leave a comment like, hey, I'd really like this if possible, or can you make it feel like this? And also they submitted, for example, this Dogfather, they submitted like PFPs, a couple of PFPs of theirs, so you could get a nice kind of feel for perhaps their style. And so, for here, like, you can see that they've gone, whoever created those have gone for similar colors, obviously thrown in different traits that this person may have liked. And the fact they get to choose from 4, not just like, hey, we made this one for you, you have to accept it. I think that choice is, really cool. It shows a huge care for the people that are going to be spending their Bitcoin to receive it. In terms of which one I like out of those ones, they're all pretty dope, to be honest. Hard to say. I don't know, Winners. Which one would you pick? If I had to pick one, like if I really had to, and I think they're all cool, I would probably go
bottom right. If you need a crown.
I was going to say it was out of like, if I went 50-50, it would be the right-hand side.
Yeah.
If I was going to go closest to his PFP or their PFP, I don't know if it's a he, I would go top right, but bottom right is dope. Crowns, people love crowns, definitely. I don't know. How cool are all of them though, right? Like, it's so tricky.
I know. Yeah. I completely agree, but like the bottom right, just like, it gets me, man. I don't know. And I need a crown at any given point. But I'm curious, like, what was the consensus? Which one did they go with?
I don't know.
Were they asking Twitter?
Yeah.
Maybe they were asking Twitter.
And yeah, so I like the bottom right, I think the best, but I think
top
the
left
top
is
right,
dope as well.
Well, I think
top right suits his PFP.
Their brand the most, because you get the skull and the hat, and you get the sword. Like the swords.
Yeah.
I think that kind of fits more of it with the combination of the two. But I like the right the best. Let's see. Let's find out.
What did they say?
Probably follow. Look, if I'm not following you guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to follow all my fellow ninjas. I'm going to apologize right there.
What was the feedback in his tweet?
That's a good question. Tough call, but I'd go with this one. Hey, that was my top pick for branding, not my top pick for like the one I liked.
Yeah.
Boozy commented to number 2.
So that's that one.
Which one? This one? Okay.
I reckon that's number 2. Yeah.
Gian doesn't count. And yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of a mix, but it looks like the consensus was probably either the 2 that we talked about. I think there's another post like this too. By the way, I know you guys see Rocky in the chat. Rocky actually got a custom ninja.
Hey.
We were talking about Rocky last week on Bitcoin Ordinals Banter. He was apparently in Amsterdam. I guess some of you guys met him. I never met him, but it seems like a really cool person. And let's go find his ninja. I really, really liked his ninja. It's actually one of the first ones I saw when I woke up this morning, which, by the way, shout out to Trevor, who pulled an all-nighter. He's been up for over 24 hours to do this. So I went to sleep when he was working, and I woke up when he was working on just getting all this out. So anyways, I know we shared Rocky's somewhere. If not, I'm just gonna have to like search it. It was one of the first ones, so it's probably down here more. Here it is. Check that out. I didn't even know this like highlighted like outline was a thing, because that wasn't a thing when I was like going through the traits. So he got that like super simple highlighted outline and the red OMB. And again, like, I don't know how much I want to like go into the art right now, because I kind of want Boozy to be able to walk through the process. We're gonna run it back tomorrow, hopefully with Boozy. But is that not clean?
It's super clean. And so Rocky was the example this morning. Whenever I saw him within the space, that stuck out so well. I know Rocky. I love Rocky, and it, like, whenever I see his handle, I just associate it with the OMB that he has. But so when he switched that up, I was just like, dude, I see you. I see you with your custom
eyes too. That's pretty cool.
What do you know? It's a really interesting point, because I've written an article about this and about PFPs, and it's so interesting to see if somebody switches PFP and their PFP is completely different to their previous one. You can actually not recognize them, because your PFP really becomes, I laugh at the word brand, but I think of it more as like social identity or digital identity, pardon me. And I think that like Sanj from Ordinal Femojis, he had like a classic Femoji, and then he went to OMB, which is, the OMBs are cool. But I started to have to like check. I'm like, is that Sanj? And I don't, because normally you just see the PFP, you know who it is. I started having to read the name to see who it was. Then he eventually switched back to his Femoji, and then he became familiar to me again. So it's so interesting to think of how strongly people identify you by your PFP. And so for Rocky, if he switches over to this ninja, it's not too vastly different. You'll be like, yo, that's Rocky. Like your brain's not going to have that sort of weird.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's the cool thing about like the transition and the selection and the brand, even though you don't like that word, is that like you can kind of like you can recognize them. And if Rocky wants to swap back and forth, I'd recognize Rocky, regardless. So that's one aspect that I feel like I'm biased, but like we did a pretty good job at, versus like a total. There's two problems. Usually like there's no chance that you have to like spend a lot of money to get something that kind of looks like your current PFP, because it's not a selection type thing, or there's just like no option that kind of allows you to keep the brand, or you might have to like edit it. So having this process really allowed people, and we're going to see that too once we kind of go into, there's Billy. I'll get it. Well, Dan, Billy should be here tonight, man. He was on this space last week.
He's too busy panning for sats.
Dude, Billy swapped from his punk, bro. He swapped from his punk. Like, he actually swapped his PFP. That's why.
Hey, big move.
He just went, this is like dope, bro. I love this like all white skull crown. But he just went like, we were just talking about Rocky kind of matching his like vibe and his like brand. Billy just said, screw it. I'm just gonna go like random. He's just gonna go with something clean.
Yeah. It's a dope one, though. That's really good. Do you know what I love about these as well, as you've been scanning through? Like, there's such a really good range of color. And you can see, like, that one's all white. I saw one further down that was, like, cyan and pink. And it all mixes together really well. You've even got the purples with the black. That's, there we go. Scroll down. There, like that. Yeah. Oh, missed it.
Go down one.
This one?
The way.
No.
This one? Yeah. It's a color scheme that I wouldn't normally fit. I'll be honest with you. You guys, all right, I feel like this panel right now, you guys are just like not gonna get this at all, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Trevor's in the best sense I mean this possible. Trevor's PFP reminds me of like a shiny Pokemon and like the Pokemon games, because there's like these like really rare Pokemon and they're just like off colored. And so like if you told me like what color would you consider Trevor's PFP? Like,
let's say you have to go to it.
I'm trying to get up to it. Is it turquoise-ish?
Yeah.
Cyan.
Yeah. So cyan. Yeah. Cyan, turquoise.
See, if you told me cyan with like gold, like yellow or gold with an orange background, like before I saw it, I'd be like, nah. But like if you told me that, I feel like before I saw it. But actually seeing it, I'm like, okay, like I actually really like the way that goes together, and it actually makes sense.
It does.
But like just the color in itself, I never really pictured in this color pattern.
Yeah, and then sorry, Witters, go.
So those are complementary colors of one another. So that's why it looks like your eyes are like, all right, you're like, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we did. So like we extensively had hey, there's us, a design white paper. I cannot think of the name of the name to get there right now. I'm about to look it up.
Color theory.
Yeah, but like here, I'm gonna look it up real quick so I can like pull it up on stream.
But yeah, I was talking to Trevor about it, and with his one, for example, you've got the crown's yellow, and then that just bit of face is yellow, and so it all like there's nice flow, and I think that they've been put together really elegantly in that way. It's not like a mash of colors. It's not like a random gen. It's very specifically put together.
So yeah, we had a white paper specifically for this, for the design, and you can actually see like the color theory, the matching. It's ninjas.pizza. I can't believe I forgot that. But you can actually see like kind of what went behind the thought process on the 12 mathematically perfect colors. And this is the one we're talking about, the cyan, and the colors we chose, which like Witters was saying, who's an artist, the complementary colors. We actually even talk about this in the color theory. So there was a lot of behind the scenes on this leading up to this moment. So it's super exciting to. Oh, that's the wrong thing. It was super exciting to kind of see it.
And yeah, you spend ages looking for like the correct sort of hex in terms of the color. Like there's lots of greens, there's lots of blues, and to find the specific one you wanted, I think that took quite a while, didn't it?
Look at Trevor's comment on this one. I didn't know colors could do this. Dude, this is like so much going on, but it still works.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That like it's busy compared to the other ones, but
Yeah, it is.
Still like I'm not off put by looking at it.
Yeah. It's the hat, that colorful hat.
That's
It looks so much. And then you have this one that's just like cyan and pink.
Yeah.
I love being with people that like aren't I guess like not I'm not trying to diss you whatsoever, Chris, but like
Do it.
there are so many shades of pink.
Yeah.
And just like magenta and like there's anyway,
Fuchsia. There's lots.
Fuchsia, like
Cerise.
oh my god, Brad.
You got light pink. You got like dark pink.
No,
salmon.
You got like medium pink. You got hot pink. I know that. Hot pink.
Yeah.
I know my colors.
Yeah.
Cow's tongue.
I love that we have like actually like good female PFPs. Like
it's important.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of projects it's been hard to do, and some people have done it right because like if you're like too human with it, like there was obviously like big controversy like around like what was it like meme land, and just or general like a disproportionate amount of like options for like if it's like too human, but also if it's like animals, I feel like it's kind of hard to like clearly make like this is a female, this is a male,
Well, and a lot of it's like you're bordering bestiality because you're over sexualizing like a figure. And no, these are like I can identify that as female, and it's like it's cute, like but at the same time she's like a badass ninja. And she's got a halo, but maybe she killed somebody. I don't know. I'm not trying to judge, but at the same time, and two, I love that like female PFPs are not an afterthought. And so like OMB, it wasn't an afterthought there. I mean, I can literally list more that it was an afterthought as opposed to the ones, but so I don't really fucks with the ones that it was an afterthought. But including that in it is, I mean, as a girl, I'm appreciative that I was not an afterthought.
Heck yeah, you weren't. I was really looking forward to seeing more like female NFTs, and honestly like ordinals, and like honestly like I've seen quite a few already. I was kind of surprised at the amount of females that have already like minted that like I didn't know. Like as Witters, like it's a pretty small like the ratio to males and females is pretty low. So I feel like I know most of the females that are in the space, but like there's already been. I mean, I don't think I really knew Rosie until she posted this, and like I follow her now, and I was like, oh, I had no idea, like because I guess that her PFP before that. I mean, Rosie, it sounds like a female name, but it's like now that it has the look. There's another one, Victory. I mean, so that's cool. I have not seen this scheme of anything. Like I'm telling you, like I see new stuff every time I open the feed. This new like thing. What would you call that? Right, Eli, like this thing right here.
Well, I've been lucky enough to kind of see what they're all called. So it's called like something like koroi, which must be the Japanese word for the
like
baklava
or like whatever it's called. Baklava, not
That's
baklava.
Oh, balaclava. Yeah, it's a bit like that, but it's called. Yeah, I've seen the word for it in the traits. I've had a few, luckily, like a few. That's why I knew Trevor was up all night, because I was, my evening last night was super early in the morning for him, and he was, we were messaging, and it's the man needs to get some sleep.
Flame's got a flame. I didn't see that. Let's go. Flame's amazing. He used to join our
Flame
Twitter.
had to get a flame, of
He
course.
used to join our Twitter
Oh, he got the
spaces.
blue outline. He got the Tron outline. Nice.
Honestly, like one of the coolest ninja videos like that. Did you guys watch his ninja video?
His was dope, yeah.
We gotta like before this show is over, we gotta watch it together. Like it was so high quality. He used to be like a producer. He still is a producer. I had no idea. And so when he came out with that ninja video, I was like, holy crap! Like this is it was one of my favorites for sure. And I watched every single one of them. So that's cool.
Yeah, he's worked on some quite big TV shows as a producer. He's a very talented guy. Like very, very, very talented guy. Worth a follow.
Absolutely. Yeah, and he used to join our not financial advice spaces all the time. Yeah, this one's really cool. Like I said, I didn't even notice it until like we're on this call.
And two, it's not really gender specific. Like other than pink being adorned as the girl color, you could rock that regardless. It's not something, and I mean, that's cool just in itself. Like you don't have to and I mean a lot of the people that are participating, like we're all docs clearly, but like there's a huge percentage that are not, and being able to just represent in a way that you feel fit is important to a lot of people, and I'm glad that you have a collection that does such a thing.
Thank you. This is Flame's video. Do y'all want to watch it?
Yes.
Yeah, put it on.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
It's a pretty intimate video, just a heads up.
Wait.
I freaking love it.
It's so funny.
Ain't no games, I'm gonna give it to you just how you want it.
Oh my God.
Don't be crazy, baby. You just drive me crazy when you touch on it.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
say it up,
It's brilliant.
I love it, dude.
oh yeah. Got me saying yeah.
Oh my god, that is so good.
The smoke, let's go, Flame.
That's sick. I love it.
Told you guys I was intimate. Flame deserved that ninja, man. He worked for that. That was awesome. That was worth
Gonna
worth
work
it.
for that later, I'm just kidding.
That's amazing. Oh yeah, good job, Flame. If you're watching this, video was freaking incredible. I really like these simple ones too. That like, you have basically like just not a lot going on, but like I really like that. Like it's just simple.
But you get those nice lines on the visor, but also like that flow of the headband out to the side. It looks like there's almost a bit of movement in it, even though it's still. So it's really cool like that.
I haven't even. Are you guys going to mint or like gonna get a ninja? Like I haven't even thought about. I mean, I thought about it at the beginning, but I haven't said anything. Like I would like to see yours, or have you picked yet? Or
haven't picked yet.
Okay,
but yes,
we're gonna need to. Let's start from the top. You're gonna need to tell me. You're gonna need to hold my hand and play with my hair while you explain to me what I need to do in order to get a ninja. I did sign up. Like I have like the ninja alerts. Like I did all of that. But what happens after that?
So right now during the top 300, it's just like for people who have like made that on the leaderboard. Granted, Billy did it in like one day and he made it to the top 100. So there's probably still room to get to the top 200 or 300. And it's literally just like referral based, filling some things out, stuff like that could probably get you into that top 300. If you're not in the top 300, we're going to do a allow list next. And that's kind of the same type of system. I'll actually just show it while we're here. If I'm logged in, so I use like burner browsers when I'm live, just in case I like accidentally like click something. So I don't know if I'm actually I'm logged into the old one because I'm on a burner browser right now. Maybe I can get it here. I'll get it on my other tab. Anyway, there's an Ordinals section. It's Ninja Alerts /Ordinals, and you can like compete for there. Yeah, there's also some other things, but I can talk about that later on, like exactly how to ensure that you're going to get a ninja.
Oh, hell yeah.
I would like to say, like, everybody that's joined our show, like, you know,
I feel like Witters definitely needs one.
yeah, I know. I just don't want to say that out loud and like have like a bunch of angry comments of like, you know, X, Y, or Z. But I feel like if you've joined our show, you should get a allow list. But I don't want the target on my back.
I mean,
I don't want the
that's
target on my
what
back.
I'm
Chris said it. I didn't say it. Chris said it.
So, Trevor, if you're listening to this, Chris
He
said
is. Surely he is.
that I
He
could
has
have
to be.
allowed
Trevor's sleeping for sure, without a doubt. He better be sleeping. He's pulled an all-nighter. Trevor, if Trevor's awake and he's watching this, send me to Miami so I can represent the ninjas. That's what Trevor needs to hear.
Oh,
I'll throw a pizza party in Miami. That'd be sick.
and so genius, by the way, just like for pizza. Oh, he commented.
he is watching. Oh my goodness.
Trevor.
He is watching. I was like, I figured he was sleeping. I knew he'd rewatch it later.
He said, talk about the top 300 and allow list now, bro.
Okay, let's go.
Trevor, we've been pamping it the whole time, man. All right, Chris, you go for it. How does it work?
Go ahead. I'm gonna pull up the original tweet. I need to find it, so I'll find it on a different browser. What are you saying, Eli, while I'm looking for it?
Also, I'm assuming it'll be similar through the... He said, fix your browser. Yes, boss.
Trevor came in during the worst section. We're sitting here like praising the ninjas the whole time.
I
And
know.
it's like he walks into the section.
I love this.
So yeah, we're doing the top 100 right now. I'm looking for the actual official post so I get the dates right for the time for the. Okay, so here's the last thing that we have posted. Let's see. Oh, it's not there yet. Hold on, this is a different browser.
It's okay. We can see your search history, Chris.
This is so I don't connect to the wrong thing. So next snapshot is in 52 hours, and this is what you have to do. You have to sign up on Ninja Alert's website, complete the quest, and invite friends to earn points. I'm actually going to walk you guys through that on a browser that actually works. And then invite one friend to see your points and rank. Top 1,000 get allow list, and then top 300 get a custom ninja. So you have until November 4th. Like I said, Billy got it in one day for the top 200. And then you have until November 11th for the top 300. So that gives you only 2 days for the top 200. Gives you over a week for the top 300, and then it'll move on to allow list.
So did Billy just like invite a bunch of people? Like what was his sauce?
Billy did all of the objectives to be able to get it, and then also like on these objectives, here's another browser. Let me see. I can't pull it up, of course. On these objectives, you also get things. So like you actually get my coffee if you get 6 invites, and then you get a lot. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. You get the ninja T-shirt if you get 12. You get a custom hat if you get 20. But I'm about to pull up the timeline for it to show you guys.
Damn, Trevor, putting out custom hats.
Yep.
Like,
going the whole hog.
flex. I'm currently going through merch issues. So like just finding blanks is something.
Have you done merch for some of your artwork?
No, I never have. But like I'm a firm believer that the art should live on the canvas or like wherever I paint. So merch is a completely different animal. And like if anybody buys my stuff, it's not going to be. I don't want it to be cheapened by anybody else having it. Like there's 10 prints of each one of my paintings. Like I'm a very small supply artist, and so that's like one thing, but it's not for me and it's not for my art. It's for lifting up other artists that aren't at my current platform and providing them ways to make revenue. And but taking
No,
that
it makes
off.
sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense, totally. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's just different artists from different suit needs and different different use cases. So totally makes sense. Yeah, so Scarcity Maxi, Boozy's watching. Spot on.
Mhm.
I got the actual like page pulled up now. So you go to
Talk us through it.
ninjaalerts.com/ordinals. This is where you can get points. So again, like I have a lot of browsers on here. This is one of them. And my rank on this browser is 352. So I literally like am on allow list already. And all I did was connect my MetaMask wallet and download the app. If I went and reviewed on this browser, I would probably already be on that top 300. And then of course, like if you're not quite there yet, this is where referring comes in. You refer to two friends to unlock more quests. And these quests lead into what I was talking about earlier, as far as the timeline of getting the 6 invites get you a coffee, 12 invites get you a T-shirt, and then 20 invites get you a custom ninja hat, which is really cool. It's your ninja embroidered on a hat, and then of course the coffee is my ninja, and then the shirt.
Mark said that he had 53 stamps. Thank God those stamps are like coming into fruition. Like,
Oh, you have stamps?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're yeah. I think you'll be set then. That's gonna help. That's gonna help you for sure. I mean, Mark said top 20. You know, that's like he crushed it.
That's dope.
Yep. So yeah, that's all you gotta do. NinjaAlerts/Ordinals, and just go through the little list, get a couple referrals, and then follow the instruction. Like follow the timeline on like what you need to do, and you're good.
Billy was like bribing for referrals, and Billy was grinding hard, so he did well.
Yeah, and your invite is right here. So be sure to use that invite when you actually invite people.
So sending Trevor pictures of pizzas not gonna or of your pizza, I guess, not gonna help your case.
I'm not gonna say anything. Last time we said something that summoned Trevor to to come into the chat. Yeah, it should be very achievable. I mean, Billy did it one day. I don't know if Leonidas worked his way up, but he got pretty high, I think, because he like made a joke about how low he was, and I'm pretty sure Leo like worked his way up. So yeah, NinjaAlerts/Ordinals. Let's go back to looking at some of these dope ninjas. By the way, we got we got like 15 minutes left. Let's take a look.
Let's pick out now that Boozy is here, and this is literally an artist's worst nightmare. Let's pick out the one we don't like.
Oh,
I can't participate. That's
I know, right?
We'll
No,
let Widows
that
do
would
that one.
literally be my worst nightmare.
We need you
with-
need Boozy up here though. You can't she can't fight somebody.
He wrote let's LFG. I reckon Boozy would be down for it. Boozy loves it.
It's,
Let's go.
Where's it at? I'll pull it up. I'll pick the one that looks the worst. It's right.
To be fair though, like I think that in any collection.
Right,
no, I like that one. No, I need
that's Boozy. That's Boozy.
Oh.
Boozy's is so good.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, we need like a grid.
Look, I personally don't like the zombie. Like,
no, I like that one too.
See, it's not for me though, and I think but I think I can see why other people would like it, and I think that's the beauty of the collection, right? Is that there's going to be traits, like in any collection, there's traits that kind of speak to you. That's art, right? In art, there's art that speaks to you, and there's art that doesn't, and so that's totally cool. So for one person, that might be exactly what they want. But for me, like I would lean towards like a different one. And I think that's really the beauty of a diverse set is you can find something that then represents you. And I think that that's key. Like if they were all like that, then I would put off the person who are like potentially wanted to participate in the mint because whereas that like
I don't even put that up.
No,
Trevor and I like yin and yang.
So
I love the ninjas. Do it, put it up.
No.
It's good though. I think that's a healthy thing. If like Boozy likes certain ones a lot more than someone else does, like that's perfect because that means that like for one person there's the things they like and for the others the things they like. Whereas
Well,
like it's not
and-
like it's only
I
catering
still
to
love-
one.
I still love that Flame actually put a flame. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like we
And
did
the
a bit
blue, the Tron outline, that blue color is just perfect.
Well, and artists, like, I enjoy things that no one, I can guarantee you, on this earth enjoys. But that makes me unique. And being able to represent not only like yourself, but all your quirks and your baggage and like what you're interested in, like that's like that PFP ability. So no,
I just realized this was another choice. This was another like trying to decide which one. So was this the 4 options?
Oh, okay. Okay, pull that one. I need to
Yeah.
see it bigger. I'm blind.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah,
Pavel's a
like-
nice guy. I like that. I like the black and the white mix.
And the
With the
pizza.
pizza on the
it
fork,
just
yeah.
makes sense. Like
Oh,
pizza
yeah.
sounds. And,
Okay, but do you really eat pizza with a fork?
I like to eat it with cutlery. Don't at me. Like you eat it slower
what?
and you get to enjoy it
with what?
with cutlery, like a knife and a fork.
Cutlery,
Oh,
Chris.
nice.
It's a very Aussie word. Is it an Aussie word? No, cutlery's a worldwide word, isn't it? What?
I've never heard of it before.
No, it is. No, it is. It's very it's like proper etiquette, Brad, and it's
Yeah.
very, very cute that you say cutlery.
Oh my
But
So
for
good.
me, like I'm folding that pizza and I'm like going in, like
Does it
like I
depend?
would do a taco.
Does it depend on the pizza though? Like if it's the sort of pizza that you need to eat with your hands, you do. But if it's kind of like gourmet or kind of, something like sort of, I don't know,
Well,
there's different pizzas
the
for different
environment.
times.
The
Yeah.
environment too is like really big. So I won't front. I'll order a pizza at a fancy restaurant. If it looks good, and I mean
Yeah.
you look around, then I will be eating my pizza. So yeah. So you just called me out on
I'm from the South, so I eat literally everything with my hands. Like if it can be eaten with my hands, I'll eat it with my hands. So I feel like it'd be like a sin to eat pizza with a fork, or just like a why. Like I don't just. I feel like
you eat it more
why?
slowly. You eat it more slowly, so you kind of enjoy it. It's like more mindful eating.
I didn't. No, when you want to see mindful eating was my ninja video. Do you watch mine, Brett?
No,
I do. Yeah,
I
you
need
should
to
show
see
it.
it.
I am barefooted on a log in the middle of a pond that I just scarried an alligator off of.
Yeah.
and eating the pizza.
You're in a very like a Zen state.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's mindful pizza eating. That's called a flatbread when it's fancy. That's great.
Man,
These are like
I
pretty
like-
different. I feel like
I
comparison.
like the first one and the third one the most.
Kevin's just so like it's like we go from like 3 like sort of like you can see how these are like on the same brand to like Kevin.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't seen anybody choose Kevin yet. I feel like Kevin.
Like I would choose Kevin out of those. Like going to, like if I were go to the grid. I'm gonna go with the smile. That's the one that I don't like out of that. Only because it's like all of this whole collection is too clean. Like I paid a lot of money to get my teeth straight. I need some representation of my crooked ass mouth. So that's just me.
Do you know what else though? If he picks the Kevin, it could end up being one of like a really small amount of Kevin. So it could end up being a grail.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Let's see his current PFP. So it's him. He's got the bandana,
Yeah.
smiling. So I could see like how he'd vibe with that one.
Yeah.
I feel like this one looks most like his PFP.
Yeah.
So Pavel, you look a bit like a frog, my guy.
Yeah.
So I can
not
say
what
it because I know
You
him.
look like
That's
a
not
frog.
Chris is saying.
Bro.
Calling you
this
out.
This dude looks like he beat me up, bro. I didn't say that. No. I like to. I don't know what
I
I'd go
love
with.
this section. There's like this segment. It's like we're just gonna make fun of like the likeness of whichever one that you choose, and we're going to give our mid-ass takes on on what that may be, with absolutely no idea who you are, and it's purely on the surface.
I'd say it's a lot of fun trying to like picture how somebody would look in art form, like and like your art. I don't know. It's like its own like. I was like playing around with that before it got like official of like I wonder what this person would look like as a ninja, and it's fun. Like I don't like I enjoyed it, so it's cool actually seeing people like do it. This is a cool jump from this like duck to this ninja.
It's an improvement.
That's an improvement.
You don't like You don't like birds, Eli?
Well, I do, but no. Look, the Goosenals were really unique. I think we talked about them. Like, it was a really unique experiment. But like in terms of PFPs, there's a clear winner in that.
Well, you get lost in that. You get lost in the Goosenal, and just because a lot of the colors are pastel and they blend very well. If you're trying to stand out, if you're trying to be something that is recognizable by whatever you would like to, with like any standard you'd like, I would pass up a Goosenal, and please, Goosenals, don't come for me. I love you. But I would pass that up and choose the one that stands out more. And that's just human nature. Like that has nothing to do with the art or anything. Like you're just like, if you're choosing like your cardiologist and then these are your options, like
from cardiologist.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I feel you. I think in terms of like individuality, and sort of they're completely different. You can't compare those two, but I would go for the ninja 100%.
No, you really can't. Like one is pixel art, like, and the other is like very curated, like strong line digital art.
Yeah.
I meant to say earlier, I do like the like also, and again, like Boozy, hopefully tomorrow. I think Boozy still might be in chat. Come and talk about this, so I don't want to like spoil too much. But like each trait was really well thought out too. Like I don't know some of these people personally, but like the mic trait is kind of designed like for me. Like if you do a lot of Twitter Spaces, if you do a lot of podcasts, if you're like a content creator, like I could see like why you would choose a mic. And then there's other traits that like I don't even know like I've seen yet, but I know that are in our collection that like represent other things that might represent parts of your personality. So I really like that as well. Both of them just happen to have mics. So
Chris, why does yours not have a mic then? That's like how when I think of you, that's you.
I know.
Where was the coffee?
Yeah.
So the
Boozy,
honest
dude,
the
if you're
honest
watching, where's
opinion,
the coffee trait for Chris?
The honest opinion on that is I picked out a ninja that like I really liked, and it was too close to Ken's ninja. So Trevor, we all kind of agreed like that I was going to change mine, and honestly, I changed it to like a more simple ninja that was like different than everybody's like at the time, and it just kind of stuck since then. So that's kind of
it's hard to swap after that.
What's that?
I said, sorry, I cut you off. It's hard to stop. Sorry, it's hard to stop's the wrong word. It's hard to switch once you've kind of made a choice, because you kind of then start to feel like that PFP, like it becomes.
Yeah. Well, and especially I feel like right now too, especially because like this PFP is going to be on my coffee bags that you guys are going to get for the for the invites. So like definitely sticking with it for a while. It might be it's going to be a forever ninja regardless, but whether I pick up another one maybe later with like a mic or something, I definitely consider that as somebody who makes content a lot.
So did you choose it based on like a branding theory?
No, honestly, it's as simple as we were kind of experimenting with a bunch of looks with the ninjas, and this one I wore it for a while, and now it's here. I wish there was some more elaborate like backstory, but it's kind of like that tattoo you get that somebody's like, oh, what's the deep meaning behind that? And you're just kind of like, I like the tattoo.
Dude, you don't even have to like my best friend got in the shower. I picked out hers, and then I got in the shower and she picked out mine. And we have that forever. So if you are watching, you're going to need a little bit more time to decipher what is forever on your body or on Bitcoin.
Hey,
Back to you, Chris.
both of those are forever. You know,
They're forever.
I have a coffee half sleeve on my leg. That's like just like a coffee plant.
Oh wow!
That's cool,
Yeah.
though.
Although there is like laser removal now, isn't there? Or is it not sort of perfect?
I know, but then you're like, I want to
I
get
suppose
rid
it
of
hurts.
this experience that we
Yeah.
had together. I mean, she's still my bestie, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And I think
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, there might be a narrative behind the art, or someone can connect with a piece of art and sort of create their own narrative as well. Because, like that, I think that's the beauty of perception, really. Like, I was chatting with an artist the other day, and he was laughing. I won't say who it was because he creates this incredible stuff. And he said he went through this phase where he'd come up with a couple of drawings, and then he'd put them on the floor, and whichever one his dog went up and like basically stood on, that's the one he picked. So he was letting his dog decide for him, like which one he was going to go with, which I just thought was so funny. Like, so people would be like, "Oh, tell us about that," and he's like, in his head, he's like, "Well, my dog picked it," which I just think
funny.
is like, I was like dying. I couldn't breathe. It was so good. Look
I
at
love
that.
Yeah,
That
this
is
is
cool.
sick, dude. It's like I feel like they did a great job at like expanding that like pretty simple PFP to like a character.
Well, and two, like, has there been a collection with lightning eyes? Like, I feel like that's pretty. I mean, I don't know of any.
Yeah, no, not like that.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like that's a unique trait. And if I could, a lot of what has happened on the timeline this week, I wish I had lightning eyes. But it's that one look. No, this one's mine. Who is this? Citizen 851? Nah, this one's mine.
That's the one you
You
picked?
like the lightning eyes is your trait? Okay,
Yeah.
we've got to figure it out.
Yeah. Gonna need Boozy. I'm gonna need
You heard it, Boozy. Get on it.
Boozy right now.
Lightning eyes, Witters. This one was a
Ooh, who
this
got
was
the
a
turtle?
huge jump. My goodness.
Turtle.
From
Turtles are grail. Turtles are rare as.
oops. Yeah, it was a huge jump from this to a ninja or to not ninja turtle.
Wow.
Oh yeah, kind of a turtle that's a ninja. Like yeah, man.
I like my mouth is dropped, honestly. Like,
Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's a significant jump. This is really cool. I like this. Is a
That
cool.
worked.
Yeah. This works out really well. This
oh, I love that blue color.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
And I
nice.
love the Bitcoin dunce hat. It's hilarious.
I do too. I think that's really cool. That's a trait I didn't see until we dropped the collection, honestly, or until we're like doing what we're doing today. I haven't checked in a while.
And it's kind of an homage to the tribalism within Bitcoin. So like you're not taking yourself I don't know how to put it into words.
No, I think you're right. I think it's like redefining, like you're not taking yourself seriously. It's like redefining a Bitcoiner as someone fun, which it hasn't been.
Yeah.
That's a flip mindset. And I think
Yeah.
Ordinals has really done that. Like Ordinals has kind of created fun on Bitcoin, not just kind of like, let's be serious and learn all the tech and like, which is fine if you want to do that. I like understanding the tech as well. But that's actually a minority. The majority just want like fun art and Bitcoin, and that's like a beautiful kind of like mesh of their loves, and that's perfect because it's brought so many different people to Bitcoin for different reasons. I reckon Nicola Kingo's one looks a lot like his
I do
previous
too.
one. That's cool.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, like a nod to just having fun, like hence like the Bitcoin Ordinals banter. So what we do on the show is just
Here we
banter,
are.
talk about Ordinals, talk about the latest news, and have fun judging some ninjas. This is dope.
yeah.
Bro. I love
With
this transition.
super mid takes. Like you need
Super
to add
mid-takes.
that.
That needs to be our subheader. Like
Yeah.
Super mid takes.
yeah,
Super
Bitcoin Ordinals
mid-
banter, super mid takes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're not just mid takes; they're super mid.
Mhm.
Like,
we gotta add to that.
Turbocharged mid.
This is a cool jump, man. I like from the top hat to like the crown. That's like
The color scheme is on point, and there's like there's a cohesiveness between the two as well.
Isn't this type of crown like have a name?
Cabaret.
Mini crown? I don't know.
You gonna call it some Aussie word again? Or
I
what do
know.
you call forks again?
No,
Cutlery.
cutlery is the umbrella term for knives and forks and spoons and stuff like all together. It's like
So, like my grandmother was a home ec teacher, and so
Yeah.
I learned etiquette and like at a way too detailed setting. This is such a tangent, and I'm sorry, but cutlery is like what she called things. So I am very appreciative of.
Do you have an Aussie in you, or is it like is that like an Australian slang, or is it just?
I think it's probably British. Like it probably came
British?
from
Yeah.
like etiquette from
Very
like British
proper.
culture. Yeah.
It's a very proper term for.
I don't think I have an ounce of British in me, so I don't have any cutlery in my blood, my veins. I haven't been
That's all
taught
good.
properly. So yeah, we've looked at a bunch of these tonight. We're kind of coming up at the
That
1
pineapple
hour.
pops. Look at that. That
Yeah, it's
pineapple's really.
I agree. It's like so random, but like it definitely, I
Yeah.
like it. Like the vibe. And this dude just looks
It'll-
this dude looks like he'd like a pineapple. I don't
He
know.
does. He
Yes.
does.
He's just like I feel like if I were to
He's coming
expand it,
for it.
if I were to expand this image, like using the AI expansion, like he would have a pineapple sitting right here, like on the beach.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what it is. He gives like all beach vibes, which gives off pineapple vibes. That's what I meant to say.
And I think the cool thing about that is like his PFP will stand out because of that. There'll be a pineapple like, oh yeah, there's
There's that beach guy that reminds me.
Yeah, there's the tropical guy.
Yeah, this is a mid take.
This is a mid take.
Super
There you
mid.
go. We should
Oh,
do this
man.
to every collection. Like
Oh,
this
that'd
is
be great.
what we should do. And we'll give our super mid takes, and people will come for us because
Yeah.
they are so mid.
I love it. We need like a short form collage of every mid take, like every like super mid take.
Yeah.
And like a 60-second rundown of like these were the mid takes that were captured in this hour long video.
So
It's hour long
good.
podcast.
Jan can cut it together. He likes doing that stuff.
Yeah, all right, there you go, Jan. I know you're not busy, Jan. You're not doing anything else. So just be sure to clip these up for us.
That'd be
Find all
great.
find all the good
Thank
sections. You might have to re-listen a few times. And I want it
Oh my
everywhere.
God.
I want it on LinkedIn, want it on Twitter, want it on Facebook, want it on Threads. Yeah, get on it, Jan. All that being said, yeah, I guess Brett's done. He said, shut up, dog. I guess he's gonna throw his dog outside.
He said, "Sheesh." At least so last week the bar next door was very rambunctious and
See, that's a good word.
it's not
It's vocabulary day. Rambunctious, cutlery.
rambunctious. Yeah.
I know what
Good stuff.
rambunctious means. It wasn't the complexity of the word cutlery. It's I guess the culture behind the word that I didn't know.
It is. I mean, the properness, and I think that that's just like anything that was colonized by the British. They
Australia,
enjoy, yeah,
Yeah.
they enjoy forcing their properness on absolutely everyone. But that's a different discussion for a different.
Do you know what's funny though? Like to me, the word cutlery is just not a stretch whatsoever. So I was quite entertained when I said it that you were like, what? Cutlery? Like, it's just, can you get the cutlery out? And we're like, yeah, go. I'll get the knives and the forks and the spoons and put it out.
I
Yeah.
would take a wild guess. Like, I think, if we were in the house and you're like, yo, grab the cutlery, and I didn't want to ask you about it, I would probably grab the right thing. But it's just something I haven't heard of.
That's awesome.
It would click for me.
Bring it
Chris comes back with just all knives.
Yeah.
Go get
Like,
you.
well,
I have a tomahawk. I'd probably go get you that. Be like, is this what you want? You can cut something up with this, or I can go get
there
you.
you go.
a machete, you know, or whatever you want, man. I'll bring it to you, man. whatever you can cut. I'll bring you a chainsaw, you know. You just cut-
You could carve a lamb with
things.
the chainsaw and
Yeah, you can cutlery some things up with that. So
cutlery
For
and
sure.
things.
Oh,
I
man.
pray for the guy named Lee, honestly. Whenever you cut him up, it just probably not a good thing.
Mr. Wagner said I need to shovel to Chow Town. Chow down. I can bring you you grab me some cutlery, bring you back a shovel.
A shovel,
That'd be
a chainsaw.
You know, I've been to where I live. Like, if you were to tell somebody you've like, you know, been to other countries or whatever, they're like, whoa, like I know like in this space, it's like a normal thing. Like you guys travel across the world like all the time. But I actually have been like to like, you know, the UK and like a bit like a few times, you know, and been to other places. So it's like, I just never picked up on it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's okay. We believe that you're cultured, Chris.
I'm cultured. I promise. I'm woke now. I know what cutlery is. Yeah, I'm so woke.
Ask your wife when you're done with this. Ask your wife. Be like, do you know, like I want to see.
I won't have a wife anymore. She's gonna be like, get out of here.
She'll be like, yeah.
So she'll be like, what is that?
We need to bring the word cutlery back to America.
There we go. We got some sensical people in the comments. Utensils.
Yeah.
That's what we call it around here. Utensils or just fork or knife. Yeah, utensils.
Okay.
Did you not
I do
know?
apologize. I do apologize for people expecting Bitcoin banter right now.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap. Thanks guys so much for watching on YouTube. I had more people on YouTube, more people in the chat. Thanks, Mr. Wagme, Rocky. It's not showing previous chat messages, but there was a couple of other people in there. Appreciate you guys and everybody that joined on the Twitter. Hope that like you got the rundown of what the ninjas are looking like. We did take a section out to talk about like if you're not on that top 300, how to get on it before it's too late, or how to get on that allow list if you want a ninja. And any other questions, you know, feel free to ask myself or message just the Ninja Alerts Twitter, Discord, hop in wherever. And any final words?
I mean, we didn't even touch the Elon Joe Rogan, so I'm upset about it. And then there was the 6529. There's just like a little bit side fud. But I'm overall very pleased with your performance, Chris.
Yeah, we just took mid takes on art.
Yeah, it was just super mid takes on an artist's creation that took months to create, and I apologize for that and anything else that I've offended in my journey here.
No, it was lots of fun as always. Pleasure to be on. We can touch on those things next week, but you know, give Witters a follow. She's amazing. Check out what she creates. You know, follow Ninja Alerts, follow Boozy, follow all the good artists in the space. And I think that the one thing that we could probably take away from today is like, it's fun to have fun. Like if you're not having fun, you know, it's hard to sort of, it sounds a bit cliche. It's hard to enjoy what you're doing. And I think you've got to enjoy the space. And I think like, that's why, you know, shows like today are super cool, but yeah, you know, try and enjoy yourself, collect art that you like. And, you know, that I'll leave it there.
Isn't this so much better than like trying to figure out Cloudflare?
Right.
Well, man, I hope it goes live because, you know, again, we didn't talk about it, but I just can't wait to see people sort of flexing their galleries and showing off the art they've collected. And, you know, it's going to be super cool. So we'll get there. So hopefully Cloudflare have sorted things out because a lot of sites rely on that to make pushes for, you know, for their products. So
just like real quick, what has that been like, that process been like? I know that we're trying to wrap, but I'm very curious.
Building it out. It's been really unique. So building it out has been unique in the sense that there's a lot of differences and difficulties when you're pulling art from Bitcoin than when you're, say, like on Cyber pulling it from IPFS. So it's a lot of technical challenges to try and get, because of the vast variety of file types and things like WebP in SVG and your like recursive stuff, to get it to render has been some really big challenges. There's a couple of things that still don't work as super well as we'd like, but still a lot of it does. So yeah, it's been a really big challenge, but super proud of it. The devs have been incredible. The build's really nice. We've kept it sort of like simple yet elegant. So certainly been a challenge, but you know, that's fun. It's fun to kind of bring more like how like with the ninjas, you're going to get access to the Ninja Alerts product. It's kind of fun to bring art and ordinals that then kind of like, I don't like the word utility. I try to steer away from it because I think it's kind of got really negative kind of tinge or connotations from.
You don't like a lot of words except for cutlery.
Yeah, I know, but you know why? Because of staking and all that stuff, which is really kind of a bit, you know, we could get into it, but there's a lot of gray areas around it. And I think that's what people think of when they think of utility. So I like kind of like owning the Ninja Alert, the Ninja. You're going to get this perk or this benefit of access to the product. Same thing with Ordinal. You're going to get this kind of like perk or benefit of access to a gallery. And I'm really looking forward to just more art on Bitcoin because I think that's amazing. But I'm also looking forward to these ordinals that sort of have different perks and benefits. And you're starting to see it start to come. And I think like Femojis 2.0 are going to be doing something similar with various things and, you know, the ninjas and Alan. So yeah, it's exciting times. I think we're kind of in that next, people are calling it like Bitcoin season 2, but I think we're in that kind of like next phase of ordinals where we're going to see different builders and people perhaps sort of starting to show what they've built over the last 10 months that haven't sort of been able to, you know, or haven't been ready to kind of push it out yet. And now they are. So it's exciting times. Yeah.
For sure. And
I'm waiting for your art winners. You were so like coy on it. Like we're waiting for it. Like it's coming.
I sent it to my agent today, and it's like, I feel like I might have, because he didn't know I just got an agent. And I feel like he was like, yeah, sure. I'll be your agent. And then I sent him all the things that I have right now, because it's cutting into the, and this is just like being able to manage your own time and like figuring out things that are beneficial for you and like when they're beneficial for you and all that. It's just like a completely different thing about being an artist, because it was eating into my creativity and like my creative time. I need to be able to paint when I want to paint. And if I have to be on a call or like I need to like have emails, like, no, we're not doing that. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And I'm going to tell everybody else, fuck off. So
I love it. Sweet. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to end this with our Ninja Alerts Ordinals tracker promotion. So enjoy.
Boozy typed 100 emojis.